Hi everyone, and welcome to another Mental Health on the Mat, a yoga practice that integrates mental health tools with yogic practice. My name is Kelsey. I'm a therapist in Washington State and also a yoga teacher, and I love combining the body and the mind for an integrated practice. Our theme this month is the elements, and specifically we'll be working on the theme of earth. So today's practice will be all about the element of earth, the grounding, nurturing, practical qualities that earth brings. So go ahead and make yourself comfortable. We're going to get started, as we always do, with a little meditation to ground us into our practice today. You can do this meditation standing or seated, walking or laying, whatever your body feels is most nourishing and comfortable for you. We're going to practice a grounding breath today, the 4-7-8 breathing. So that practice looks like breathing in to the count of 4, holding for the count of 7, and breathing out slowly for the count of 8. I'll guide a few rounds and then you'll practice on your own so that you can follow your own pace and your own breath. All right, let's get started. Let's inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale slowly. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. You can play around with the speed of this so it matches your own breath. Inhale for 4. Hold for 7. Exhale for 8. Repeating it again, inhaling for 4. Nice big breath, filling your belly, filling your lungs. Holding. And exhaling. As you exhale, release any tension in your body. Let gravity pull you down, melt you down into the earth just a little bit more. We'll do it 2 more times, breathing in for 4. Hold for 7. And let it out for 8. Wonderful. Go ahead and place one hand on your stomach, on your core, just below your belly button, and one hand on your heart or on the middle of your chest. And breathe into both places with equal pressure, equal speed, connecting your belly to your heart, your core to your heart, your gut to your heart, your intuition to your heart. Feeling both hands rise and fall. And when you release your hands, see if you can keep your awareness where your hands were. And also build some dual awareness to become aware of gravity and the way that gravity feels on your body right now. Feeling the interplay that is gravity pressing down, the earth rising up to meet you, and the space and time that your body occupies between the two. When we think of the element of earth, we'll be focused on calling in the energy of the practical, the foundational, the stable, and the nurturing. We're going to start our little warm-up today by focusing on the nurturing. So as always, we're going to tilt our head for some neck rolls. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Tuck your chin to your chest. Roll left ear to left shoulder. Chin to the sky and all the way around. Keep going in these circular movements, warming up your neck first. And switching directions, left ear to left shoulder, chin to your chest, rolling around right ear to right shoulder, and chin to the sky. Just focusing on how nurturing, how nourishing it is to do these little movements. Bringing your chin back to center, dropping both arms down to the mat, and take a moment just to feel the quality and texture of your mat. The solidity of it. Unless you're on carpet or on grass, then maybe some of the movement and the softness of it. Walk your fingers out farther away from your body, lifting your palms up off the mat. Drop your left hand down as your right hand reaches up and over, stretching to the left side. You can bend slightly in your left arm to deepen this stretch. We're going to swing our right hand forward, down, back, up, and around in some nice big arm circles here. Switching directions, swinging it back, forward, and up. And then I'd like to take this arm and place it somewhere on your body where you want some extra love, somewhere where maybe a little massage would feel great. So go ahead and come back to a seated pose. Take this right hand and place it somewhere where you can give yourself a little 30-second massage here. Some squeezing, stroking, rubbing, whatever would call in some nurturing to that part of your body. Wonderful. Go ahead and release both hands down to the mat again. Walk your fingers out away from your body, lifting your palms. Lift your left hand up to the sky. Right palm goes down as you bend that right arm. Reaching up and over with your left, stacking your shoulders to open through your chest. Continuing some arm circles, bringing that arm down, behind you, and up and over. Switching directions. As we move through our practice today and we're calling in the stability of the element of earth, see if even in these moments of movement, you can find a place of stillness inside of yourself. All right, send your left hand this time to a place in your body that wants some extra love, maybe a few different places. Focusing on nurturing with your left hand and receiving with the part of your body that's being touched. And go ahead and release that hand down. Stretch both legs out in front of you. Circle your arms high. And exhale, reach forward towards your toes in our first forward fold of the day. Breathing in to lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhaling to sink a little bit deeper into this stretch. Rise on up, back to your seated position, and bring your left leg with you this time, interlacing your fingers around your knee, pulling your left knee towards your chest. Sitting up nice and tall. And exhaling, round your chin to your chest, forehead to your knees, slowly and gently. Inhale to reverse the direction, sitting up tall again, placing your left ankle over your right thigh, left knee down to the side. And let's start with some ankle rolls here. Switching directions, going in a million different directions at once. And take both of your hands and place them on your foot and offer your foot a little bit of gratitude and love for how much it stays connected to the earth all day long, how much it supports you. You can give yourself a massage or simply just hold it in stillness. Release that grip on your foot. Inhale, both hands up, palms together. Stretch your arms forward towards your right foot as you lean over into a figure four, forward fold. Inhale to find that length, exhaling to deepen the stretch. Rising on up, switching out your legs. Left leg reaches long this time. Right ankle over top of your left thigh. Beginning again with some ankle rolls. And then taking both hands, bringing your foot to stillness and offering yourself an intuitive little self-massage. Gratitude to your foot for connection to the earth. Great. Go ahead and reach both arms up again. Send them forward as you lean forward into your forward fold. And rise on up as you're ready. As always, everything is a practice, is an offering for your practice. So any movements you don't want to do or that don't feel right for your body, you can just ignore and listen to your body and use this time to build a more intuitive relationship with your own body and your own wants and needs. You're also welcome at any time in today's class to return to our rooting practice by placing your hand on your belly, your hand on your heart, and noticing the sensation of gravity and the interplay between gravity pulling you down, bringing you back to the earth, and the earth rising up to support you at the same time. We're going to come to standing for the next part of our practice today. Just like there's a sun salutation and a moon salutation, there are different salutations for each of the elements as well. And so I'm going to teach you today the earth salutation. Come into mountain pose, standing on the middle of your mat, feet rooting down, palms facing forward, stacking your joints, taking the time to really set a good strong foundation in your feet here. Wiggling your toes and then pressing down your pinky toe, your ring finger toe, your middle toe, index toe, and big toe down into the earth. Lifting your heels, planting them back down. Seeing how much surface area of your foot you can get grounded into the earth right now. Wonderful. The earth salutation is movement with breath. We're going to begin by drawing our hands together, fingertips not quite touching, palms facing up, breathing in as we lift our hands to shoulder height. We're going to flip our palms to the earth and exhale, press all of that air out of our body, keeping our feet rooted. Interlace your fingers in front of you, palms still facing down towards the earth. Inhale, send your hands forward, arms up overhead, gaze can follow. And exhale, release your fingers, send them out to the side on both directions. Exhaling slowly all the way down and around. That's our basic movement that we're going to add on to. I'll guide us through a few times, lessen my guiding, and then eventually you'll be able to do it on your own or following along with the video. Inhale, palms facing up to your shoulders. This time as we exhale, palms down, we're going to go all the way down to the ground, bending in our knees until we touch the earth. Interlacing your fingers, sending your hands forward, inhaling arms all the way up. And exhaling, sending your arms out to the side. Inhaling, palms up, shoulder height. As you exhale this time, step your left foot to the left side at a 45-degree angle. Press down and out away from your body. Interlace your fingers here. Inhale, arms come up, and then your foot follows back to our centered position. Exhale, send your arms out to the side and down. Repeating on the opposite side. Inhaling, palms up, shoulder height. Exhaling, stepping to the right side, pressing down away from your body. Interlacing your fingers. Inhaling, straight arms up overhead. Returning to center with your foot. Exhaling, sending your hands all the way out to the side. And that's our full earth salutation. So let's keep going through that. Inhale to rise. Exhale to ground down. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, send your arms forward and up. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale to lift. Exhale, this time going all the way down to the ground. And inhaling as high as you can go, as tall as you can go. Exhaling your arms out to the side. Going to the left side now. First inhaling up through center. Exhaling down to the left. Interlace those fingers. Bring them on up. Foot follows. Exhale, arms out to the side. Headed to the right. Inhale to lift. Exhale to the right. Interlace those fingers. Rise on up, back to center. Send those arms wide and down. Wonderful. Inhale through center. Exhale, stay standing. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms to the side. To the ground. First inhale. Exhale all the way down. Inhaling all the way up, arms up. Exhaling, arms out to the side. To the left, first inhaling up. Exhaling down to the left. Sending your arms up, passing through center. Arms wide. To the right, inhaling first. Exhaling to the right. Arms go up, foot follows, back to center, arms go wide. How are you all doing? I hope good. Let's keep going. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale. To the ground. Inhale first. Exhale all the way down. Rise on up. Send your arms wide to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. To the right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. All right, this time you're going to do it on your own, in your own relationship with your body and the earth. Breathing in all together and exhaling. If you finish early, you can place a hand on your heart, a hand on your belly. Practice rooting down, but taking as much time as you need to finish. And when you're ready, we're all going to come down to tabletop position on our mats. Again, focusing on rooting down through the tops of our feet, our knees, and our palms. This time, lifting our pinky fingers, seeing if we can get a little bit of traction up before planting our pinky fingers down onto the mat. Lifting our ring fingers as high as we can before securing them on the earth. Lifting our middle fingers, planting them down. Lifting our index fingers, setting them down, making sure they're parallel to each other, parallel to the long side of our mat. And finally, lifting up our thumb and rolling it down to the mat, getting as much contact area as we can with our hands down on the mat. Go ahead and drop your belly low, lift your chin to the sky, coming into our first cat-cow pose. I always get cat and cow mixed up. While we're here in cow pose, breathing into our belly as our belly sinks down to the earth, you can imagine being an ox carrying a cart, feeling the weight of carrying something, of providing something, the practical, useful tool. And we're going to tuck our chin to our chest, roll our spine up towards the sky, releasing that cart, releasing any weight we were carrying for the lightness, the quickness of a cat. Repeating through this flow, dropping our bellies down, chin to the sky, and alternating chin to chest, spine to the sky. Bring yourself to a neutral back. Place your right hand directly below your chest so we can inhale our left hand high in a nice gentle twist here. We're going to thread the needle, but we're not going to touch the ground quite yet. So send your left arm through your core, underneath, hovering about 5 to 6 inches off the ground as you reach towards the opposite side here. And then inhale, send that left arm high again. Exhale, reach over to the right side. And inhale, reach up to the sky. Reaching again over to the right side, noticing how much you want or don't want to put your hand down now. Inhaling up to the sky. And this time we will finally meet that need, if it was a need of ours, to place our left hand on the mat. Slowly lower your shoulder down to the mat, forehead to the mat, and reach your right hand high in front of you on the earth. Take a moment to breathe here. Bring your right hand back below your right shoulder. Press up into the mat. Send your left hand high one more time before planting it back down on the mat in tabletop pose. Switching sides, bring your left hand directly below your core. Inhale your right hand high. And then send it under your core, reaching about 5 inches, 6 inches above the mat, palm to the sky. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to reach through. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to reach through. We'll do one more time, lifted. Noticing gravity here. And finally, this time as we reach through, go ahead and set that hand down on the ground. Shoulder's gonna follow, left arm's gonna bend, forehead to the mat, and reach your left arm long up above your head. Bring your left hand back below your left shoulder. Send your right arm high one more time, and then plant it back down on the mat. Wonderful, everyone. All right, we're gonna root down through both hands and our right knee as we send our left leg back, toes touching the mat. Then go ahead and lift that foot up, bend in the knee, bottoms of your feet, your left foot to the sky, and exhale it back down to tabletop. Repeating on the opposite side, stretching your right foot long behind you. Engage your core as you lift it up one long line. Bend in the knee, bottom of your foot to the sky, and exhale it back down. Tuck your toes underneath of you. Engage your core. Squeeze your legs together. Knees might not be touching here. As you lift just your knees off the mat about 2 to 3 inches. Hold here as long as feels comfortable. Remember, everything today is just an offering. You're listening to your own body however you want to move. Take one more big breath. Breathe into your belly even as it's contracted here. And then exhale. Send your hips to the sky for our first downward dog. Resettle your feet. Send your shoulders down to the mat. And practice pedaling out your feet. Finding some subtle stretches here. And then again, finding that moment of stillness connected to the energy of the earth. Wonderful. Let's walk on up towards our hands. Coming into mountain pose at the top of our mat, rising on up. You can roll on up, letting your head be the last thing that comes to the upright position here. Set your feet shoulder width apart. Toes pointed forward, palms pointed forward, stacking your bones in mountain pose. Inhale, lift your arms to the sky. Exhale, sink down into a seat, into chair pose. Look down, you should be able to see your big toes past your knees here. Send your hips farther back if you can't. Check in with your low back here. Rather than arching your back, make sure you have a nice flat back here. If your arms get tired at any point today, you can always send them to heart center. If your legs get tired, you can always stand up a little bit more. All right, let's exhale, stand on up, release our arms down to our hips. Pick up our left foot as we shift our weight to the right side. Send our left foot back into a lunge. Left heel stays lifted. Inhale your arms forward and up, gaze follows up. Exhale, send both arms down, reaching towards the mat, but only your left hand is going to plant on the mat here. Right hand is going to go up to the sky in our gentle twist. Create that stretch between your left and right hand, between the crown of your head and your left foot. Exhale, untwist here. Plant both your hands on your knees to help your core come back up. Inhale those arms to the sky for crescent pose. Swing your arms down to help bring some momentum to lift your left foot back up to the top of the mat. Great job, everyone. Go ahead and inhale those arms high again. Sink down into our chair pose. Your knees stay apart if your feet are apart. If your feet are together, you can bring your knees together. But still imagine pulling your legs together to activate those muscles. Exhale, send your arms down, shift your weight to the left, pick up your right leg, send it back for our lunge. Inhale those arms high for crescent pose. Exhale, send everything forward. Only your right hand touches the mat. Left hand comes up high. Some other variations that might be better for your body. Right hand on your knee, left hand reaching back. Right forearm on your knee, left hand reaching high. So choosing what works best for your own body. Planting both hands on that front knee to help you lift back up to our crescent pose. Swing your hands down to help you get some momentum to come back to standing at the top of your mat. We're gonna move through some tree poses. I'm gonna turn to face this way so it's maybe a little bit easier for you to see what I'm doing. You can stay facing the front of your mat, it's up to you. Go ahead and inhale your arms high. We'll be using chair pose a lot, so sink again back into chair pose, making sure you can see those big toes. Again, you can always bring your hands down if needed. Here in chair pose, what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on lifting our left toes. So it might not look like I'm doing anything, but what I'm doing is I'm lifting my left toes off the mat here, grounding down through my left heel and my whole right foot. Exhale, stand on up. Release that pose. Bring your left foot over to the inside of your right ankle. Left toes are gonna stay on the mat, left heel lifted. Inhale your arms low, palms facing forward. Our first variation of tree. Finding your balance here. You can imagine being a little tree that's just starting to grow. Exhale, release that pose. Back to mountain pose. Inhale your arms high, sinking on down, and repeating on the opposite side, just lifting right now your right toes. Pressing back on up, releasing your hands. Right toes stay on the mat, right heel lifted to the inside of your left ankle. Inhale those arms low. Great. You can always stick with this variation of tree as we move forward, or you can add on. Starting in mountain pose, we're gonna inhale our arms up, sink our hips back down. This time lifting our left heel, coming up onto our left toes. Chair pose is a strengthening pose. So you may notice some heat, you may notice some questioning in your stability, some shaking in your body, but again, try and find those moments of stillness. Press on up, release your hands. This time picking up your left foot as high as your left leg can go on its own. Not placing it on the knee, so choose either just below the knee or above the knee. Inhale your arms wide to the side. Now you're a teenager tree. reflecting on whatever that means for you. And releasing it back down to the mat. Inhaling your arms high once your feet are planted. Sink your hips down and back. Lifting this time your right heel in a balancing chair pose. What element of earth are you calling in? Being practical, being stable, being nurturing. How can you nurture yourself more? How can you find more stability for yourself in this pose? How can you be more practical? Exhale, release everything down. Again, lifting your foot only as high as it can go naturally on its own. Inhaling your arms forward and wide to the side. Releasing everything down. And going to our third variation of tree. Inhaling your arms up. Exhaling, sinking down on those hips. Lifting your left heel, and if available to you, tucking that left foot all the way up. Balancing chair pose. Press on up, release your arms, release your foot. This time you can use your hands to bring your left foot wherever feels comfortable for your full extension of tree pose. Find your balance. Inhale your arms forward, up and wide, as tall, as big as they can be. A fully grown tree, a full expression of what this element of earth means to you. And exhaling everything down. Back to our mountain pose. Inhaling our arms up, sinking our hips down. Lifting our right heel, and if available, picking up that right foot, shifting your weight to the left side. Remembering to smile. And releasing this pose. On the opposite side, your full extension of tree, you can use your hands to place your foot. Inhaling your arms high and wide. Can you notice your branches reaching up, your arms reaching up, and your foot rooting down? And releasing all of this back down. Wonderful. Go ahead and shake everything out. We have a couple more strength poses to do here. Coming back to the top of our mats. Inhaling our arms high, exhaling, sinking down into chair pose. Just as we did before, lifting our left heel, left foot, and if it's available to you, crossing that left ankle over top of your right knee. For a figure 4, you can bring your hands down to heart center or on your knee and foot to help you balance. Wonderful. Go ahead and press on up. Without putting your left foot on the ground, send it back into our lunge. Inhale those arms high for crescent pose. Exhale, sink your heel, your back heel down to the mat, toes at a 45-degree angle. Send your arms into warrior 2. Right arm forward, left arm back, gaze over that right hand. Wonderful. Press into your front leg, straightening it a little bit. Hinge at the hips. Send your right hand down to the inside of your right ankle. Gaze looks up towards your left hand, reaching towards the sky. Triangle pose. Coming out the way we came in, lifting on up, sinking that front leg into warrior two. Shifting back into crescent pose, arms up, palms facing each other, back heel lifted. Swinging your arms down to help get momentum, to hop back up to the top of your mat and repeating on the opposite side. Inhaling, arms up, exhaling, sinking down into chair. Lifting your right heel, right foot, stopping anywhere that feels good for your body, but possibly crossing that right foot over your left ankle, hands at heart center. Standing on up, hands on your hips without putting your foot down. Send it back into our lunge. Inhale, arms up for crescent pose. Exhale, shift your back heel down, toes out, 45-degree angles. Warrior two, left arm forward. Press into your front leg, straightening it a little bit. Hinge at the hips. Left hand to the inside of your left ankle. Right arm to the sky, gaze follows in triangle pose. And coming out the way we came in, lifting up, knee bent, warrior two. Lifting your back heel, swinging your arms up to the sky. Getting that momentum to hop on back up to the top of your mat. Placing your hands on your hips, picking up one foot, whichever one you can swing back to get to the middle of your mat, facing the long side, legs wide. Inhale your arms up. We're going to exhale, forward fold. Give your legs a nice little stretch after supporting you so much today. You can rock your hips from side to side. Just let your upper body hang out here. Rise on up. Send your arms wide for star pose. One more stability pose. Walk your toes out at a 45-degree angle. Bend in your knees as you come down into goddess pose, bending in your elbows, shoulders, hands, ankles, knees, hips, all 90 degrees. Maybe close your eyes in this pose to tune more into those places of stability, those places of stillness. Then open your eyes, press on back up to star, and shake out this pose. We're going to come down to a seated position here. To return to our earth salutation in a seated way, finding yourself comfy, go ahead and scoop the air as you breathe in, palms up, and exhale, press it all down. Interlace your fingers, inhale, stretch them forward and up, and exhale, send your arms out to the side. Again, deepening this, inhaling, breathing in, exhaling, forward fold over your legs down to the earth. Interlace those fingers, inhaling, sending them forward and up, exhaling out to both sides. Inhaling, lifting up, exhaling, sending both hands to a gentle twist on the left side. Interlace those fingers, rise on up, twist back through center, then send your arms out wide to the side. Inhale to lift. Exhale, send it all out to the right. Gentle twist. Interlace those fingers. Up, forward, center, and out. Wonderful. Let's go through this a few more times. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, fingers interlaced. Exhaling, arms out to the side. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling all the way down to the mat. And back on up. Arms out to the side. Headed to the left now. Breathing in. Exhaling to the left. Arms go up and center. Arms go out to the side. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Arms go up and out to each side. Now that you've got this flow, you can do it on your own. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to lower. Inhaling, rise on up. Exhaling out to the ground this time. To the left this time. To the right. And one more time, really listen to your own body. How fast do you want to be breathing? How slow do you want your heartbeat? Making this the most nourishing breath you've had all day, maybe even all week. And when you finish, you can practice our rooting, connecting your gut to your heart, your intuition to your point of connection. And let's come onto our backs on our mat for a few more poses before we enter Shavasana for today. On your back here, you're going to roll over to one side. So whichever side you want to start with. Go ahead and place your head on your hand or on your forearm. Your bottom leg is going to stay straight. You're going to turn your top knee to the sky, bottom of your foot, sliding up the inside of that bottom leg. And then inhale your top hand up to the sky. Engage your core here to balance. In our supine tree pose, this pose always reminds me of like a mother tree or a nurse tree. Those big trees that have fallen down are laying on the forest floor, and then you see all these tiny little trees using their nutrients to root and rise up and create new life. Exhale down. Roll over to your opposite side, nice and slow, winding the energy down. Bottom leg stays straight. Make sure your head is supported. Top knee pointed towards the sky. Top hand reaching on up. Maybe imagining the people, the things in your life that you want to be a nurse tree for, that you want to provide nutrients for, nurturing for. Helping them grow. And exhaling. We're going to come fully lying on our back now for supine tree pose. First, stretch both of your legs long. You're going to inhale your arms wide to the side. And then bring your left foot up towards your sit bones and send your knee out to the side. Bottom of your left foot on the inside of your right thigh. If any of you use tarot cards, I always think this pose feels like the Hanged Man, which is the card that is, it's kind of about transition and stillness. It's about finding that moment of pause. So see how much you can let your body relax here. How much you can fully release into the ground below you. And switching out our legs by stretching your left leg long, bringing your right leg in, sending your knee to the side, bottom of your right foot on the inside of your left leg. Stretching both legs long now. Walk your feet in, not all the way towards your sits bones, but maybe halfway, knees pointed up. Let the palms of your feet reach each other as you send your knees to the side. Send them first as wide as they can go, and then pick them up about 3 inches. And see if you can find a place where your legs start to shake. This is one of my favorite somatic tools. It's called TRE, Trauma Release Exercise. The shaking that happens in your legs here is a neurogenic tremor. So it's your body's kind of uncontrolled shaking to help regulate your nervous system. You can add this as a part of your daily practice, or just do it whenever you need to release something that you don't really know how to release. Shouldn't be something you're forcing. Should be something that your body is naturally doing. So if the shakes aren't coming, that's okay. One more big breath, and then we're going to exhale, release all these poses. You can choose to lie on your back for Shavasana or roll over to one side in a fetal position. Anywhere you can fully release all of your weight to gravity, all of your weight to the earth. You can keep one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, or both palms to the sky or to the earth. As always, my voice will drop out, and I'll call you back in when it's time to wake up from Shavasana. Start by breathing into your belly, a big full breath of air. Push that air from your belly into your lungs, breathing in more. And exhale, let everything out. Let's breathe into the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin to bring movement back into your body. Stretch in any way you want and need. You can bring your knees to your chest and rock side to side before rocking back and forth to come back to a seated position. And in this seat, finding a way to give yourself a moment of gratitude for today's practice. Maybe giving yourself a hug, a bow, giving some thanks to the earth. And as always, thank you to everybody who is here. Thank you for practicing. Thanks for joining me in honoring the earth, the element of earth. I wish you all the best of luck with whatever you're calling in for nurturing or stability or practicality in your life these days. Next week, we will be doing the element of water. So I hope to see you all then. Bye, everyone.